Happy St. Paddy's Day, May the 2nd, Fatal Fury, Times Square. It's Fatal Fury time, baby. Fatal Furious. And introducing Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero, Teofimo Lopez versus Barboz Jr. and Devin Haney versus Ramirez. Okay, let's start with the boring one, Haney Ramirez. We may as well, with it being St. Paddy's Day, I thought I'd do it in style. This is a Turkey Yalla Turkish Yalla has gone for it. Has gone for this. You are all competing for the top spots. I'm backing this. And let's go with Haney Ramirez. I think Haney edges this. Ramirez on his day is good, but he's not the Ramirez that looked good against Josh Taylor for me, and got beat off Barboz. I think it just depends which Ramirez turns up. I do believe that Haney should have enough. He will be a better boxer. His chin has been tested now, big time, as we know, against King Ryan or King Peds, whatever you want to call it. However, the Peds had nothing to do with the fact that he got whooped. It's not physically impossible for Royce. He can just, he's punch resistance, and when he does get it, he feels nothing. I suppose cheating, whatever. Haney just couldn't get out of the way. That's not cheating. That's just him not being fast enough and not having a good enough punch to stop Garcia. He will have enough textbook to stop Ramirez. I am going with Devin Haney for the win in this, a unanimous edger. As I always use, I tend to put it down to a glorified spar. It'll be a tough fight, but I do think he'll have the tools to counter Ramirez, and Ramirez doesn't have that left hook like Garcia had. So, although he is good, we saw that against Josh Taylor. I just feel like Haney will have enough in the tank for this fight. Next, we have got Teofimo Lopez versus Barboz Jr. for me. Probably the closest fight on the bill. But I feel like Barboz Jr., even though the train is rolling, as he said in the conference, the train may be rolling, but at some time it's going to stop if it just keeps going. As far as I'm concerned, he's fought 2 tough fights now against Ramirez and Catterall. He's dogged his way in. Teofimo is the level up. He knows it. And somebody who is just as athletically gifted as you or more. This guy's rugged. He's sort of like a slightly better Cambosis, a lot better. His performance against Jack Catterall was very impressive. But I put that more down to the fact that Catterall likes to wait on his shots and he's patient, and that old Robin Reed style caught up with him with the old lazy style. It's a shame he couldn't capitalise. He's a workhorse, but the better work will come from Teofimo Lopez. I think Lopez is going to get in his head. And I feel like Lopez is a better boxer and he has the equaliser. People think he's just a one-punch guy. The guy can box, the guy can move. You saw what he did to Josh Taylor. He made him look like a novice out there. And he's going to do the same to Barboz Jr. Maybe not as widespread, but I do feel it is going to be a nip and tuck fight. Barboz's game, he comes. But I think the cleaner work's going to come from Lopez. The athletic ability, Lopez. And I think Lopez gets the win. It's going to be a tough fight, but I just think the cleaner shots, the eye catchers, I wouldn't say the busier work because both are going to be busy, but the well-placed shots are going to be from Lopez and the activity. And I just think the ring smarts, Lopez. I think Barboz Jr. is really going into this one deep, and I think he's going to get too emotional, and I think Lopez is going to tee off on that, and Lopez loves to do that. Lopez with the win. Not an easy fight, but I'm going with Lopez just to edge it, maybe round 11 or on a unanimous, possibly a split, because it's a close fight. Barboz has beat some really good fighters, but I just think the levels are slightly separated at this stage, and I just think it's one too many to go 2 and then straight to Teofimo. Take someone less, the don't go straight up yet. You've had your 2 wins. I think this is... But, hey, momentum. Boxing don't wait for anybody. I just think Teofimo is going to be way too fresher and athletic for this guy who's coming off 2 fights, which were tough, and he got the decisions, but the buck stops here, as I always say. I'm going with Lopez. And now we've got King Ryan versus Rolly's Romero. I love this guy. He's a good guy. He's a good character. This fight's not going past 6 rounds. Absolutely not. 4 fight. I'll be very, very surprised. Although Romero went 8 with Pitbull Cruz, and he did well against Gervonta Davis. Take that into consideration. This little guy from the Bronx, or whatever, Carlito's Way, sort of Benny from the Bronx clone. This guy is actually a good boxer. He's beat Ryan Garcia in sparring years ago, about 8-9 years ago. And normally, like Groves de Gale, you have the number early on. Now, easily, he's just said when they've asked him how does he, avoid Ryan Garcia's left hook, just get the fuck out of the way. Get the fuck out of the way. Easier said than done. I think Garcia's going to edge it just because of the freshness. He's tall, he's rangy, he's everything that... The only problem with Garcia is that Eddie's there to be hit, and Haney did clip him at one point. And with Rolly's got that knockout power, which Haney doesn't have. But both are so defensively flawed. I just don't think Rolly's got the smarts to see this through. And that's his biggest problem. He's a great power puncher. He's tough. He's only lost to Gervonta Davis and Pitbull Cruz. Now, these are 2 guys of similar stature, Pitbulls. Garcia could be made for him with his physique. He's tall, he's lanky. Don't sleep on an upset here, guys. Do not sleep on an upset. I'm not saying it's going to be an upset. I'm slightly edging Garcia because I feel like the speed of the punches, I don't think Rolly coming off 2 bad losses and 1 win in between. I think this is just... I think it's going to be a kamikaze fight, a very wild one where one gets knocked down, one catches another. But I ultimately see Garcia prospering. I do. I think his punches are snappier, sharper. They're violent, the left hook, the engine, the volume, the speed. I just think Rolly's going to be in a world of hurt at some point. If Rolly catches him, Garcia's not built for, has his chin built for that if Rolly catches him. Because Rolly can dig, man. Rolly's got some whippers. It's just up there. I feel he lacks. I think there he might get over anxious. He's going to leave flaws. Both leave gaps. They're defensively not great. They're not like Michael Watson. Do you know what I mean? These aren't textbook boxers. I'm a coffee. Boxing with a coffee. What are you doing? Nest flash, eh? Anyway, I believe Ryan Garcia just gets the win, round 5 or 6. I don't see it going past 6. If it does, could be bad for Garcia. If Rolly can withstand the early barrage. A lot of showboating from Garcia. I think if Rolly stays focused, Rolly can focus. It's just what happens when he gets success. He'll sort of leave himself in, and I think Garcia is too fast, and I think he's just too sharp. And the range, if Garcia keeps him off, he can do the underhooks and utilise the jab to get the quick punches in. But if Rolly catches that head, which is sometimes Luke Campbell exploited it, or goes for the body, I just feel like Garcia will just edge it. I'm actually rooting for Rollies. I want Rollies to do this. I'm rooting for this. And then Rollies Haney, but that'd be a poor fight for Rollies, and I don't think he'd win anyway. So I think the only guy that Rollies could beat, I'm running out of options in that division because it's a tough division. Pitbull beat him. Davis beat him. We saw what Garcia did to Haney. I just don't think Rollies has the tools. He's got the power. He's a street kid. He's tough. He just doesn't have the tools. Sort of reminds me of Ricardo Mayorga. Bit that style, very wild, not really disciplined. You know, bit of a character. That sort of Vargas style. Very Fernando Vargas, flashy guys, but when it comes to the top, gets exposed. And Garcia wins. Fatal Fury, guys. Tell me what you think. I'm going for a Garcia. I'm going for a Haney. And I'm going for a Lopez for the wins. No shocks, I don't believe. Tough nights for everyone. But the right winners, the A-sides, get the wins on this. Ramirez, Haney, still undivided on that. That's a tough one, but I think Haney just does enough. He's fighting a durable guy. Tough guys, good names, beatable. Get your comments in, guys. Happy St. Pat's Day. St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, enjoy it. I'm not going to because I'm working tomorrow, so I'm just going to have a coffee, chill out for the day. Look forward to my Eubank Ben prediction. Eubank Ben, it's going to rock. That's going to be interesting. To be continued. Get your comments in. Subscribe to Uzi Plays. You know the drill. Check my fight predictions. I might have to separate them now because my record's like, woo, of all my videos. It's an amazing playlist starting from the beginning up to where I've got to with it now. I've made a lot of wrong decisions, but I've got more right. Peace.